It's a little after 9 in the morning on Monday, and I'm about to have my workday breakfast. I'm later than usual because the work friend who usually prompts me at 8 a.m. to remind me to take a break is off sick today, and I just kind of spaced about it until all of a sudden I'm like, I'm kind of hungry. What time is it? So I'm having my regular workday breakfast, a cup of tea with a splash of milk, half a cup of oatmeal, 2 tablespoons of powdered peanut butter, 1 tablespoon of brown sugar, and a banana on top. The oats and the banana are 0 points. The peanut butter, well, the powdered peanut butter is 1 point, and the brown sugar is 3. So it's a total 4-point meal. It is 4:15 in the afternoon on Monday, and I'm about to have my dinner. I happen to think it looks pretty good. A little bit mushy, but pretty good. So I have half a plate of mixed vegetables, the 2 different types of frozen veggies that I bought in my grocery haul from this past weekend. I opened both of them and combined them. So I've got like some green and yellow peas in there, corn, beans, zucchini, I think some squash. I'm not exactly sure what the yellow thing is, but just a load of variety of vegetables, which I'm very happy for. I did sprinkle on some Green Goddess seasoning. And then I have coleslaw, maybe a bit more than what I really needed, but I was just thinking veggies. So coleslaw salad that I put some shredded Parmesan cheese into, and then I used the Green Goddess salad dressing for the dressing this time instead of the coleslaw dressing. I already own the Green Goddess salad dressing, and I want to try to use things up so that they don't go to waste. And then over here, this is some of the pulled barbecued chicken that I made and I froze. It's 6 points worth of chicken. The chicken itself is 0 points, but it's like what makes up the sauce that causes the points. And then I have a little bit of Parmesan cheese spread on that. Now, when I make it as an actual pulled barbecue chicken sandwich, I put that along with coleslaw in a bun and some cheese, and it's absolutely delicious. So I'm going to be kind of eating it together with the coleslaw salad most likely. That is the meal. So to break down the Weight Watcher points, in total, this is costing me 13 points for dinner. The veggies are 0 points, as is the seasoning I put on them. The salad itself, so the coleslaw mixed veggies that make up the salad, are 0 points. The dressing is very high in points. 2 tablespoons is 5 points. And I didn't mean to put that much dressing on, but I kind of, squeezed the bottle and a whole bunch came out, and I was measuring it over top of the bowl. So at that point I was committed. So I have 5 points worth of dressing. And then in between the coleslaw salad and the Parmesan that I put on top of the chicken is a combination of 2 points worth of Parmesan cheese. And then the chicken dish itself is 6 Weight Watcher points. So that is going to be my dinner. It's a lot of food. I don't know if you can tell, but the coleslaw salad is actually like piled pretty high, and I think it is going to be great. It's 1:15 in the afternoon on Tuesday, and it has been a rough day. I woke up at like 2:30 in the morning because my headache was so strong. Like the pain was so bad I couldn't sleep through it anymore. And I don't keep pain medication beside my bed so that if I have just like a mild headache, it's not like there and easy to reach for. I have to really need it. But then the problem is that when I really need it, I often can't get to the kitchen to get it. So I have not figured out a better solution for that yet. So eventually I was able to get some pain meds and get back to bed. I called in sick to work at about 3 in the morning because I'm like, this pain is, I can't work through this pain. And then kind of passed out, sort of, but like really in and out. And so I've just been resting most of the day. I haven't had any appetite, but I have to run out to do an errand. I have to pick something up, like an order that's ready, and it's a time sensitive thing. I can't leave it for a day I feel better. So I absolutely have to go. So I'm gonna have some toast and some tea before I head out, and I'll take a protein bar with me probably, and just hope that the traffic isn't bad and I can get there and back quickly. It's in North Van, so the bridge is always a trouble, but we're gonna do our best. So I have 2 pieces of toast for 5 points. The one on the bottom just has margarine, the one on the top has margarine and raspberry jam. And then I have a cup of tea with a splash of milk in it. So the bread itself is the 5 points. I don't count the margarine. The jam, it's about maybe half a tablespoon. So I'll have to go and check the jar because I still haven't actually scanned it yet. But it is, at this moment in time, an unknown amount of points. 6:30 in the evening on Tuesday, and I'm about to have this microwavable meal for my dinner. It's a President's Choice pad thai with chicken. I gotta say, it doesn't look exactly as good as it does on the box, but I suppose when did they ever? The reason I'm having a microwavable meal versus actually cooking something or having one of my batch cooked frozen things is Cupcakes. This is my only counter space, and the cupcakes are currently sitting on it and cooling, which means I have nowhere to put the hot plate that I use when I'm cooking, so I can't cook. There's nowhere to move the cupcakes where they would be safe. Remember, I have a cat, so they have to stay on the counter, and like I said, nowhere else to put the hot plate. So I had to do something that could be fully just microwaved, and I decided I had this microwavable meal, I might as well use it, get it out of the freezer. So 13 Weight Watcher points for this. I'm not going to put it into a bowl. I see no reason to make another dish. I've just been baking, which means I've been doing a lot of dishes once the baking was done. I'm totally over dishes right now. So yeah, 13 points. I think it's a decent amount, like a decent quantity of food for the points, so I think it's okay. It is after 6 p.m., so I'm not allowed to have any more tea, which is a little bit sad for me because after baking, I'd love to just sit down and relax and have some tea, but that's not to be, so I will have a glass of water with this instead. It is 8:40 in the morning on Wednesday, and I'm about to have my regular workday breakfast. So I have a cup of tea with a splash of milk, half a cup of oats, 2 tablespoons of powdered peanut butter, 1 tablespoon of brown sugar, and a banana. So the total points for my breakfast is 4. It's 12:14 in the afternoon on Wednesday. I'm about to have a snack. I'm hungry. I have back-to-back physio basically as soon as I get off work, so I'm not going to have time after work to be able to make a snack. So I thought I'd have something now, and then I'll take a protein bar with me just in case this isn't enough. So I have an apple for 0 points and a cup of tea with a splash of milk, also 0 points. It's a little after 4 in the afternoon on Wednesday, and I am back in my car. I thought my physio appointments were back to back, but it turns out they have 45 minutes in between the two of them, and it's too long of a gap to not have something to eat, especially since the next appointment is kinesiology, so it's quite a physical one, and then, there's like a half an hour to 45-minute drive home, so dinner will be later than usual for my poor little tummy. So I'm going to eat my Built Bar. I was still in my purse from the other day, so I'm very grateful I forgot to take it out. It saves me having to go and buy something somewhere. And I do have a cup of tea that I make for the return drive because the car, or sorry, not the car, but like the cup, that right there, keeps it really warm. So it's still a good drinkable temperature for the drive home. So I'm probably not going to touch that yet. But I'll have the Built Bar, a little bit of water, and I'm just going to sit and read and kill some time until my next appointment. It is 7 p.m. on Wednesday. I'm back from physio. I took the 2 spare cupcakes upstairs to my friends. They loved them, so now hopefully this weekend I'm going to be able to make them a batch. And I have my dinner ready. So I've got the coleslaw salad. I put in some fire roasted red pepper dressing, I think it's called. I can't quite remember off the top of my head. I measured it at 2 tablespoons. It's a creamy dressing, so I'm guessing it's going to be about 5 points, but I haven't pointed it yet. 1 piece of bread with some margarine on it because I really like to dip bread into soup. And then 1 cup of soup. This is the other half of the can of soup that I opened days and days and days ago, so I hope it's still okay to eat. I don't know what the time frame is for open soup, how long you have before you have to reheat it and eat it or else get rid of it. It is a chicken corn chowder, I think. I really don't remember, and I've already recycled the can, but it's 6 points per 1 cup, if I recall correctly. I'll put the actual numbers on the screen because I will be scanning them. I'm always a little bit fuzzy after physio, and I just can't quite remember off the top of my head things like this. So this is my dinner. It is 8:13 in the morning on Thursday, and I'm about to have breakfast. I have a cup of tea steeping that I will add some milk to in just a minute, and I decided to go for something a little bit different today. I really like egg on rice. I don't know why, it's a super simple thing, but I really like it. But rice is very high in points, in my opinion. There's a lot of ways that you can fit it into your Weight Watcher world. I just tend to not like spending my points on things like that. So I end up cutting out rice, potatoes, things like that, and sticking with my carbs coming from like bread. I love bread. Anyways, back to the breakfast. I did pre-cook and then freeze half portions of white rice that I cooked in my Instapot. So I have a half a cup of white rice, a cheese slice on top that's getting all melty, and then 2 eggs with some like spicy seasoning and some Kewpie mayo on top. The eggs are 0 points, the cheese is 2, the rice is 3 points. Now, do I wish it was a full cup of rice? Absolutely, but I was not willing to spend 6 points on it, especially because I wanted cheese and there's going to be a restaurant in my evening, so I need to be thinking ahead. Really, I should have been thinking restaurant in the evening, really low point my breakfast and my snack after work so that I have as many points to work with within my daily budget. But I didn't want to. I really wanted this for my breakfast. And so I'm going to make the program work for me, but I'm still also going to enjoy the things that I am eating. So this will be the breakfast today. I'm not sure how filling it will be. I've only ever done this when I'm not following the plan and I do a full cup of rice. So a half a cup, once I heated it up, it looked really small. So I might be back sooner than normal for a snack. I really don't know, but I'm hoping the protein from the eggs will kind of fill me up and counterbalance the smaller amount of rice. It's 11:30 in the morning on Thursday and I'm about to have a workday snack. I decided to go a little bit bigger of a snack than normal, even though I am going to be eating something when I finish work, but it's just going to be a really light dinner because I'm meeting up with my friends at a restaurant before we go to a show at about 6:30 in the evening. I don't plan on ordering like a full entree dinner at the restaurant because I want to save money and I also want to save Weight Watcher points, but I thought if I have a snack now that is 0 points and then a lower point to dinner, I can get like a little appetizer or something. So I'm still kind of, part of the festivities, but not committing to an entire meal. So I have a cup of tea. I will put milk in it in a minute. I have a cup of Greek 0% milk fat yogurt, which is 0 points, buried under the fruit. The fruit itself is an apple. I have some of it cut up in big slices for like scooping, and then the rest cut up in small pieces to eat with the spoon. And then I also have a banana. Now I did buy the wrong yogurt. I bought this one. It was the one on sale, so in that regards it was good. And I've had this brand before and I like them, but I always forget when I stop buying it on any kind of a regular basis, which I did ages ago because it's super expensive. I prefer the blue, not the green. So like the green lid is what I'm referring to. They have a blue and a green. The blue Greek yogurt, 0% milk fat, is really nice and thick and creamy and filling. This one is much more runny. I don't remember why. I looked it up one time and it's supposed to be like, I don't know, a version of yogurt. I think it was like European or something. I don't know. I'm hoping it'll be fine. I remember not liking it the last time I had the green, and I really didn't clue into it until I was like stirring it to mix it up, and I was like, why are you so runny? And then I realized I bought the wrong color. It is fine. I'm going to eat it regardless because I'm not wasting food. But just a little note in case you're ever looking at buying the Olympic Greek yogurt. The green is runny, the blue is thick. I need to remember that for myself as well. So this is a huge snack for me. The 1 cup of the yogurt and then the banana and the apple. I'm very much looking forward to it because I like fruit and I do like yogurt. I'm assuming that I will have stopped being as picky as I was when I tried this years ago and didn't like it, and it will be fine. And yeah, just a nice random midday snack. It's 2:40 in the afternoon. I feel like all I'm doing today is eating a lot of food. I have 2 pieces of toast for 5 points, 1 serving of the crack slaw, the Weight Watchers recipe that I had frozen from my batch cooking. I think it's 2 points. I'll put it up on the screen. I just don't have the paper in front of me right now, but they were all my batch cooking meals were portioned out and pointed before I put them in the freezer. And then I've got a cup of tea, still with the tea bag in there, but also with the milk, which I know is breaking all the tea rules, so don't tell my mother. Yeah, I don't know why I feel so flustered, but I do. So this is going to be my kind of normal-ish time for me dinner, and then I'll be going out and meeting friends at a restaurant at around 6 and having just like something tiny there. The whole point of my eating throughout the day was so that I don't order a full-size meal at the restaurant, thereby saving me money and saving me Weight Watcher points. So cross fingers for me that it works. If it doesn't, the next clip you're going to see is an entire entree, which I'm really hoping the next clip you see is an appetizer. Good morning. It is 8:50 a.m. on Friday and I'm about to have my regular workday breakfast. I actually really enjoyed the eggs and rice that I had yesterday for breakfast, and I might start incorporating that a little bit more frequently, just not today. So I'm back to kind of my usual. It's a cup of tea with a splash of milk, oatmeal with PB2 and brown sugar and a banana on top. There was more to the banana, but I ate some of it just as it is because I like bananas. and my multivitamins that I'm a little bit hit or miss with. I think I've had them more often than I've forgotten them this week, but I haven't had them every day. So I'm kind of trying to keep them more on the forefront of the counters in an attempt to stop forgetting them. It is almost 5 in the evening on Friday, and I'm about to have dinner, and yes, it is takeout. Now, before anybody comes at me, my mom surprised me with an e-transfer of $50 specifically to order in dinner to celebrate Valentine's Day, which I thought is adorable. And part of me was very tempted to just like not order in takeout and instead put it on to like Cadet or something. But she would have asked. Well, she will ask. She's going to want to know what I ordered. So I decided to order a noodle box, which is nothing fancy. It's nothing expensive, but it does mean that there's leftover money. So the leftover money I'm going to funnel into my budget. But for tonight, I have an extravagant amount of food. I will not be eating it all. I just thought that if I got kind of a lot of stuff, I could have some leftovers for tomorrow, as well as I wanted to try a new side. But usually when I'm buying food for myself, if I do get takeout, I would get like this, the main course, and nothing else because money is tight. But she gave me a lot of money and I ordered from a place that is very affordable. So I went with noodle box. So I have it's like a spicy peanut sauce noodle dish. There's a whole bunch of vegetables in there, and I got tofu. It's a little buried, but I can kind of see some that there's underneath the peanuts right there. There's some tofu, so it does appear to be in there. There's lots of veggies, lots of noodles, a spicy peanut sauce, peanuts for crunch for me. So I love this bowl. I think it's really delicious. I'm trying something new. It's only a tiny portion, which I'm kind of glad about because, you know, like, I mean, it wasn't a lot of money. I think it was like $3, and it's just like a tiny little side dish. It's like a crunchy chicken bite type of a thing, and then you can pick what sort of sauce you get. I think they actually call it Bombay chicken bites or something. And so I got like a sweet and spicy sauce on there. I thought that there would be more. And so in my head, I was like, I'll take part of the order of the spicy chicken bite things and part of the noodle order, and then that'll be like my main course. And then I'll have enough of this left over for like a serving tomorrow. But I think there's really only like maybe four pieces of chicken in there. So I might actually eat them all tonight. In here, they combine two things. The two balls at the bottom are macaroni and cheese balls. I've had them before. The texture is amazing because the inside is exactly what it says, macaroni and cheese, but then the outside is this really crunchy batter. It's great. And then the spring roll is not a normal spring roll. It is an apple pie dessert spring roll. So that will be my dinner. Like I said, I don't intend on eating all of it today, although I don't know exactly what's going to be left over for tomorrow. I think I might make sure to eat the mac and cheese balls and the spring roll and these chicken bites tonight, just because I don't think that they'll heat up as well. I can never get things like that to have as good of a crunch the next day from the air fryer. And then I'll only eat part of the noodle dish and save the rest for tomorrow. So there we go. Does it fit within my Weight Watcher points? No, not at all. But it fits within the budget because somebody else has purchased it for me as a gift. And I know it's been a week of quite indulgent food choices and a lot of like eating over my points and whatnot. So it'll be an interesting weigh-in day on Sunday. But I think some weeks they're just like that. A lot of things kind of happen that you either didn't intend or planned for, or you sort of did and thought you would do better than you did navigating through the situation. And you just need to keep doing the best that you can. And, you know that there's always a week coming afterwards if we are so lucky to correct whatever damage we did food-wise this week. It is 2:46 in the afternoon on Saturday, and the day has definitely not gone as planned. I have a whole list of things I want to do around the apartment, and I was intending to do them pretty much all today so that then I had Sunday and Monday to just enjoy being in the apartment. It's a long weekend here. But I slept in, which that part was fine. But then when I was going to get up, Stryker was all about the cuddles, and I can't say no to him. So I ended up staying in bed for like a solid couple hours longer, awake, but cuddling, nose to nose and forehead to forehead with a fluffy, warm cat. Like, who can say no to that? So very late start to the day. I got a couple little things done, and then I was like, I need to eat. So I'm going to eat, and I feel fairly confident that once I've eaten, I will lose my mojo for working on the projects around the apartment. So they're going to become a Sunday project. So for right now, I am having, I guess, a very late lunch. So I have a cup of tea that is steeping. I'll add some milk into it in a minute. I have half a cup of 0% milk fat Greek yogurt, the one from the green lidded container that I had said I remembered not liking it as much as the one in the blue container, but I was going to eat it regardless. Turns out things have changed. I love this yogurt. It's very good. And I have a banana sliced up inside, so that entire thing right there is 0 points. And then I've got egg on toast. So my toast is 5 points for 2 pieces of bread. You'll want to scan your own bread because bread scans at different points for different types. And then I have on this one, I have a Kraft cheese slice single for 2 points. And then over both of them, I have turkey bacon. So 2 slices is 3 points. Then I have an egg on top of each for 0 points. So now I have to do math. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 points for like the egg on toast. Again, 0 for the little side, 0 for the tea. So it is a heavy pointed meal, but it's also breakfast and lunch and a snack all rolled into one. So I think it'll be okay. It's 10:30 at night on Saturday and I'm about to have a snack. There are 15 Ritz crackers on this plate. I mean, one of them is broken in half and I don't think they're actually the half from the same cracker, but it's as close as I can get for 10 Weight Watcher points. Is a little bit of a random number of crackers, granted, but it is the remaining number that were in the box. And I figured instead of having like a smaller amount of crackers and then having a very small amount left in the box, I might as well just finish them up. So they're these ones, just like your regular Ritz cracker. There's your nutritional information. And I have not figured out what I'm going to have to drink with it. I would like a hot drink, but I don't want to spend points on it. So I don't want to have a hot chocolate. I don't have any decaf tea. So I might end up just having some water, which I mean is fine. Just sort of, you know, in the evening, maybe it's just me. I like to end the evening with a hot drink. I really need to remember to buy decaf tea is what this all comes down to because I keep forgetting. So it's all on me when the evening time comes and I don't have a hot drink for 0 points. But at least I have a snack. It's 1 in the afternoon on Sunday and I'm about to have something to eat. I was originally going to make like a omelet sort of a thing or some kind of like a croissant sandwich. So my croissant's actually sliced because whatever I cooked up with the egg combo, I was going to put inside of it. But then I changed my mind last minute. So I'm having the croissant on the side out on its own. And my eggs look horrible, I am aware. There's 2 eggs scrambled with a bit of dill. I have one turkey bite, the spicy version that I sauteed in the pan, and 4 baby tomatoes that I sliced up and also sauteed in the pan. But the turkey bites got a little overcooked before I added the egg, and then when I added the egg, it sort of discolored them. So that's why they look a little weird. And then to try to counter that, I put a little bit of Parmesan cheese sprinkled on top, and it didn't help at all. So I've got the eggs are 0. The tomato is 0. The turkey bite, I can remember that for 2 of them it's 3. I think one is 1 point. I'll double check though and put it on the screen. And I don't have like a barcode or anything to scan for the croissant. So I'm going to have to search it up in the app later and I will let you know what it is once I have the numbers. And then I also have a cup of tea steeping that I'm just going to add some milk to. It is 8:06 in the evening on Sunday and I'm about to have my dinner. It's been a weird day. I was up early and I went grocery shopping in the morning, which is so not my normal. Then came home, had a quick bite to eat, and then I went and taught 2 13-year-old girls how to make chocolate chip cookies, and somehow that was like the most exhausting thing I feel I have ever done in my entire life. Like I got home from that and laid down with the cat and didn't move for like an hour. Who knew 13-year-old girls were so exhausting? So we made cookies, and then I've just been kind of resting and cuddling with the cat. Sort of hungry, but not really hungry, if that makes sense. And the cat finally got off my lap. The movie I was watching ended. I was like, maybe I should have something to eat. So I decided to do the pizza that I bought for my dinner tonight because, you know, it's what I had planned. So it's the same thing that I had last week. It is unpointable. It comes from Safeway. They're made in-house. I don't have nutritional information, but it's a flatbread pepperoni pizza. I cooked it for 2 minutes longer this week because last week the crust didn't really brown. So it looks a lot better this time. And I've got them wrapped up. So let me unwrap them. I got 2 cookies for my teaching efforts. So I may or may not eat them. I mean, I probably will because I know they exist and I'm weak. But yes, I have 2 cookies for dessert if I so choose. but I'm gonna start with this and see how it goes.